Hello and welcome to this tutorial where I will show you how to share your official Lego models that you have built digitally with the Lego fan community. There are two places where people are sharing these official Lego models that they have built, and that is in the Eurobricks forum right here, which I'll be linking to in the description below. The other place that these kind of models are shared are here in the Elddraw forum. And here there are also a lot of threads. Again, I'm linking to everything below, and you're submitting it here. Then it will come into this place here. And that is the official Elddraw model repository. But for things to get in here, they have to be OMR conform. And what that means is that there is a quite technical manual here of how to make your Elddraw files OMR conform. And it is quite technical, so I understand why a lot of people would be put off and not get through this step. But fortunately, we now have tools that can be used in order to make all this much easier. The official third-party tool is MPD Center, but it's just for Windows, so you're going to have some trouble if you're on a Mac, like I am here, or on Linux, of course, as well. It is doable, but there's now an even easier way to make things OMR conform, and that is by using BrickUp. That is what I'm going to show you in this tutorial. The first step you want to complete is to have a user in the Elddraw forum. And this is the Elddraw forum. I'm just going to the top. You can see I'm logged in as, well, my username is just my name, but it's important that you have a user here because that you need for submitting your OMR files. If you're submitting a Lego model to this forum in any of the threads herein, then that means that you have tried your best to make your file OMR compliant, and it will be appearing here on the official model repository. So that is what we're going to do here. The next step is, of course, to have a model. You can see I have built this pelican here in Studio. I did that by following the building instructions. Of course, if you have bought the set, then you have the building instructions, but you can also find them online. If you find the set in BrickSet, then typically they have an instructions link, and you can go directly to the Lego building instructions as a PDF and follow them there in order to make sure that all the parts are placed correctly. There are other tutorials showing how to build in Studio, and there's even a tutorial when you start the program for the first time. So I'm not going to go into that in this video. I'm just showing you that I have indeed created the steps inside of Studio, as you can see here on the left side. And of course, I also made a render so that I have a nice picture to show. What I want to do now is to export it as Elddraw. Just give it a name that is befitting what it is. So this would be the 30571, but it doesn't really matter what you call it when you're just exporting it from here. Now I just want to import it into BrickUp. And in order to import it into BrickUp, of course, you have to create a user first, but that is super easy. You just have to type a password, and that is everything that you need in order to create a user in here. Now you're ready to upload, and click upload, and here it is. I can use this picture that is rendered directly on the website. Let's just move it by holding Control and clicking the nice button, save as main image down here. So at least now I have a picture. Okay, good. So you have created your file and you uploaded it. Now it's time to make it OMR conform. The first thing you want to do is to tell the system that this is an official set. So you click on the type of set and click official set. Good. Now we have the type of set. It's time to look at what else we need to do. And you pretty much just have to click for most of it. So click here to upgrade all the moved parts, such as 3665 to latest versions. I know this is called 3665 8 in the latest version, so I'm just clicking here and then that is fixed. Okay. The next thing is that when I'm using Studio to create this file, then it creates some pretty funky lines. And I have a button to fix that by just clicking there. Okay, easy peasy. Now I need to set the author in order to be OMR compliant because the system really needs to know what the author lines should look like. Good. So I go to the top, see the author, and as you could see with the format, you just have to write your first name, last name, and then in brackets the username that you have in Eldraw. And mine is Lasse so it's easy for me. Good. I have set the author. Go back and see what it says now. Change all author lines to this that I just wrote. Yes, click on that and now that's done. Next, I need a license and it should be this license. Okay, easy peasy. I copy this license, copy, and put it here in the license bar. Paste, enter, done. Let's get down again. And now it says change all of the lines to be this in the file. Yeah, why not? I just click it and done. Next issue. For the file headers to be OMR compliant, please provide a Lego set number in the top. That is a very reasonable request. Remember the set number was 30571. So set number 30571. Done. Down again. Now we can make headers like this. Is that what I want to do? Yes. Although I don't like it's called untitled. But let's just put that in now. Set the name of the main model to this main.ldr. Yes, because that's very common for OMR. So I'm clicking here. And now you can see I have 2 lines left. One that makes everything called unofficial model, because I have not yet had this model be accepted into the OMR repository. So that is what I want to do. Okay. And you know what? We are almost done. Let's just give it a title, Pelican. And that's almost it. A year as well, 2019. That is when it came out. It seems like everything is almost set. We need to set a theme. And it is a creator set. Okay, so now all the fields seem to be filled out correctly. I haven't added any keywords, but I know this is a polybag, so I can add that as a keyword. And that is it. Now I have my file and I can download it here. So if I download this file, then it should be OMR conform. Okay, so just for fun, I opened the file from Studio here on my left and the output that came from BrickUp.org on the right. And you can see things here look very much more like what you could see in the specification than what was generated by Studio. Let's just take one of these files. You can see it says file shoulder here. Let's find it over here. And we have it there, shoulder. So you can see that instead of minus 0.00002, we just have 0. And you can see everything up here, which is the header, is also conformed with the correct license, that we are an unofficial model because we haven't submitted or gotten it accepted yet. This is the real author, not just empty, and so on. So let's get back, and now I'm actually ready to submit. When you're submitting your model, there's only really one thing that you need, and that is the link to the Eldraw file that you can get by taking the download link here and copy the link address. That gives you the MPD file and how to get to it. So this link, you just need to submit. Easy peasy. But there's one thing you also might want to have, and that is a picture. So you can upload the picture to BrickUp by just clicking down here, choose file, and select your picture. And you can see this is one I have generated using Studio. So now it shows here on the building instructions page. I have now shared this official Lego model plus building instructions in the Ultra forum right here. You can see I have the picture and also information of where to download, where to go to the building instructions and how it was created. There are no errors that I know about. That could be stickers and stuff that couldn't be placed. Everything is okay as far as I know. If you go to the building instructions, you can also see that there are some rotations. So I just click on the instructions here, and I know they start at step 29. Here you can see I'm building the big beak of the pelican, and I'm starting upside down, and then I'm rotating the model. These rotation steps are something that you can also build or set up in BrickUp. That is for another video. Another fun fact is that if you use another program than Studio to create your LDRAW file, then some of these headers will already be correct inside of the model file. So if I take and upload the file that I just downloaded, then you will see that many of the things up here are already filled out. The author, license, theme is not in the file, so it doesn't know that, but it knows it's an official set and the set number. And that is why when you go down here to the buttons, there's only this one where you can set it to be an official LDRAW.org model if it is accepted. And you can see here that it is indeed the same file as before. But that is it for this video. I've shown you how to get from your model that you've created in a piece of software such as Studio to make it OMR compliant, and then you can just submit it and share it with the community. If enough of you are doing this, then we can get some really big and nice libraries that are useful for people inside of the community. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. That's it for now. See you next time.